So, here we are in Chennai, South India. Just got off the train, 5 o'clock in the morning. We just arrived, just got here. This is the train I was on. It's early morning, so, you know, and I'm gonna give you guys a first-hand tour of the Chennai train station. We might not be the only train that's arrived. But it wasn't a hellish ride. It was pretty comfortable. I had to share a seat. I mean, I had my own seat, but the way it worked was it was on the side. The seats actually come down. The backboards come down, and then it becomes one large seat. We're basically walking to the how do you call it? Guess the escalator. And but if you don't know, here in India, each state has a different language. The main language in India is supposed to be Hindi, but there were some issues back in the days, whereas they contested the national language from being Hindi and English. They had proposed English, and then they started fighting, you know, and have some issues. So they decided to keep Hindi as a national language, but some southern states, people the people are very how would I say? That's one weird guy there. The people are contesting and they wanted to keep their own language, their own state languages. So there's a lot of issues here in India because of this. Each state wants to have its own language, and but in most cases, in most of the upper region of India, Hindi is an established language. So if you speak Hindi, you can get around fairly well. Me, to be honest, I've been in India 15 years, traveling here and there. I just started blogging. I don't know shit from China. I speak English and Spanish, and that's about it. Fuck all the rest. I don't even like the languages. But I mean, there are Asian languages that all sound like gibberish to me, and then the characters are, and the alphabet. Oh man, yeah, I don't even take any interest in learning them. There's the Chennai train station, arriving at 5:04. Well, we arrived at 5 actually. I'm gonna try to. I'd like some coffee, to be honest. There's a coffee house there, but I'd rather get to the hotel and take some rest. Then I can get coffee somewhere over there. That one store right here, it's a big chain actually. It's probably one of their branches, but they sell sweets and stuff. Some of the Indian sweets are pretty good, to be honest. They're somewhat similar to Mexican sweets, and sweets you'd find in in Latin America mostly. But I mean, if you're a chef, you study gastronomy, wherever you can really get some great ideas here in India for some really good dishes that you can, combine and make your own.
Your kind attention please. Train number 1207 Mysore Shatabdi Express.
Damn, look at this guy.
Mysore is scheduled
Looks like
to depart from platform number 2 at
he
6
probably
a.m.
shit his pants. Probably drunk as hell. Anyway, let's get the hell out of here. So I'm pretty familiar with this area. I've been here before. I'm just trying to get out of the station so I can book my cab to the hotel. I'm trying to keep my phone active, but I don't have a GoPro. I will be getting one, so I can keep my phone on the side because I need my phone for other things. For instance, like booking my cabs. And I can't be shooting a video and trying to book a cab because I got to use the applications. Or like if I need any money or make any payment for anything. So that sucks when you're trying to shoot a video on your mobile phone and trying to get, over 15 minutes is really not possible. I don't think this is an exit, but let's move on elsewhere. Because here in India, there's really no order. There's a lot of chaos everywhere. People are like ants, They find their own ways. They make their own ways if they can't find one. And so, being a foreigner, I've learned to do the same thing. And if they don't make way, I just push them the hell out the way. No, thank you. But that's pretty much it. I could grab one of these tuk-tuks, but to be honest, I've had bad experiences with them, and I seriously don't feel like hurting or abusing anyone. So we're gonna do things differently. And what I normally do is I avoid the crowds. I get away from the crowds. That's where you find thieves and beggars and all kind of people that'll just try to cheat you and scam you and stuff. So I keep to myself. I go to secluded areas. Yeah, I've been in secluded areas where I've been, beaten and assaulted. But I mean, what to say, man? I mean, 15 years in this country on my own, My survival skills have helped me. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah.
But you see what I mean? What I've noticed is that when it comes to bloggers, they are fully aware now that if they happen to assault or even touch a foreigner, a tourist, whatever, and you catch them on camera, they are screwed. But in the cases where I've been assaulted and stuff, It's been times where I haven't had my camera with me, whereas I would have been able to go to the police station and file a complaint, get somebody arrested. Well, it hadn't worked like that for me because some of the times I had been drunk, there were some times where not being in my five senses, I'd walk into the wrong crowd, or one of these guys stops and they're rude with me and I can't take that shit, and I say something back, but it's shit like that, kind of like road rage. I'm the type of person that I don't take shit from nobody. I'm from Oakland, California. And here in India, people have no fucking manners. So when you're standing in a line trying to buy something, and somebody comes from behind you and puts their dick in your ass, just to try to shove you, to move you, you are obviously gonna move the hell out the way, and they get attended first. That's how they do here. And you see these guys right here already arguing. This is how they argue, man. This is India, man. This is how they do. People are all rude. They argue for any little stupid thing because simply they don't have any common sense, don't respect each other. Everybody hates each other. Every freaking state hates each other just for the fact that they speak a different language or they're from a different state. And the loss of respect is there. So you have a lot of issues, even within the government. Okay? It's very hectic. Driving here in India, believe me, I have not, 15 years, I could have bought a car, but I decided not to. I take cabs, or there's an application like Uber where I can book these little tuk-tuks, and there won't be no issues. Check this out. I just want to see how far they go, because sometimes these guys, they gang up on people. They're cowards. If somebody's arguing with you or fighting with you, these guys, especially these guys, these are all a part of a gang, a syndicate. If you mess with one of those guys, look, you see this guy? No, thank you. Chalo. They start arguing with you, and then they gang up on you, man. They would never fight with you on a one-on-one basis. You see how these guys try to gang up on him? Anyway. All right. This guy that came up to me, he was trying to distract me so that I wouldn't film him. If I hadn't been filming, they probably would have beat that dude. But they saw that I was filming them, and they calmed down. And this guy came up to me trying to distract me. But it had been already too late. I had already been filming when they realized it, and they let him go. If I hadn't been there, they would have beat that dude. And the cops won't do nothing. They won't even come. There won't be no cops. Cops just, here in India, they just drive around and feeding their mouths all day. They're holes. Anyhow, let's see. Another thing is trying to cross the streets here. That's another issue. So maybe I should cross the street on that side so I can get to an area, or I can make a decision on my transport and be able to actually get on my application. But I can't seem to get through the street here. I should have went over there. I'm waiting for these people to get through so I can get through. The cars are coming pretty close to me, so. Well, like I said, man, people here lack sense of originality. They lack sense of common sense, for that matter, and very inconsiderate of others too, not to mention. I mean, I'm not trying to talk bad about them and everything, but these are my experiences in India. Well, I'm going to put this down a bit. Just 1 second. Yeah. Alright, I think now that I've gone through the barrier, this area is better where I can make a decision on my transportation. I'm able to think. Because sometimes what happens, if you try to make a decision in these areas where you feel pressured because of your surroundings, there's a lot of honking, a lot of people, a lot of hustle and bustle. You can't really think, and then you just and for instance, me, I'm very impatient. I gotta get the hell out of there. So you know, sometimes you just like take whatever it comes your way, and what happens is you end up in disagreement with them. See this guy here? Already trying to hustle me. So I'm trying to stay away from all those people. Because those are the ones that end up trying to rob you, trying to kidnap you. You know, I'm not saying that this guy is one, but there are cities like Mumbai where that's very common, and in Delhi. Okay? So, shit, man. Let's move on over here. I don't know what hotel this is. I don't even know what the hell that says. And I don't want to know either. Not of my interest. Seems to be some kind of general hospital. Over here it's in English. Alright, but now here, so what you want to do, learn from the pro, 15 years in this mug. Stay away from the crowds, that's all I'm saying. If you want to make a decision, seclude yourself in a safe environment. Be aware at all times of your surroundings. And then make a decision, because sometimes what happens too is that they see you taking money out of your pocket, and they'll follow you, or they'll rob you there. Swift and clean, you know, easy prey. They know you got money. And I mean, I've dropped money, you know, and just out of, you know, I can't stand the hustle and bustle. I suffer from anxiety and from PTSD. So, and I'm a very decisive person. Sometimes if I'm agitated, I don't give a rat's ass. I just freaking make a decision and I go regardless of how much I have to pay. You know? I'm not the type of person that negotiates and none of that bullshit. But yeah, you have to negotiate at times. Anyhow, I'm gonna cut the video here short. So I think it's already past 15 minutes. I think that should be good enough to monetize. This is probably gonna be my second 15-minute video. But till next time, Firebird signing out.